Hey everyone, so this is the second video of the videos I'm going to be doing about learning metal style beginner guitar. If you missed the first video, definitely go back and check it out. You'll definitely want to see that one first. Also in the first video I made a little error and I wanted to correct myself. When I was explaining the difference between drop D and E standard tuning, I said that the top string was half a step tuned down. It's actually a full step tuned down. So if you're in E standard and the riff, let's just say, was 3-5, 3-5. Since we have the top string tuned down a step, everything that you would play on 3, to get the same sound, you'd have to play on 5. So if you're in E standard and riff was 3-5, 3-5, in drop D it would actually be 5-7, 5-7 to get the same sound, if you know what I mean. I'm going to show you a couple more techniques and brush up on a couple of the other ones that we did and mix them together kind of. So we did a little bit of power chords. We were doing the ones on the top strings. Those are technically power chords. They're like bar kind of power chords. They're weird, but they're easy to play and they sound amazing. If you do power chords on the 5th and the 4th string, you can make it sound really cool. Also, if you're gonna do like an open power chord, you have to hit the 2 on the 4th string. That'd be like your open. Yeah, if you incorporate a couple power chords on those strings with palm mutes, it can sound something like. You're gonna want to play a power chord, but immediately after do 2 palm mutes, and then do the next power chord, followed by 2 palm mutes again, and then just do the same thing with the 6 and then back to 5. And then for the ending you can just put in whatever you want. For me, I just did a 6. I just strummed it like 3 or 4 times. So altogether it sounds like this. And then if you want to play it really fast, you can do that too. So we did a little bit of speed picking. You can also do it on any of the strings for sure. That's a kind of a good workout if you just sit there and do that. Just do 12, 10, 12, 13. And you kind of have to feel it out and feel when you're going to hit what on the upstrokes, and you'll get more comfortable as you do it, and then you can just hammer it out. And then if you want, you can kind of palm mute it. And then slowly take your palm off of it. And then just make sure that you don't have your palm on it at all. That's a cool little practice that you can do. Alright, so the one and only pinch harmonics. Everybody loves pinch harmonics. I love pinch harmonics. I hate playing pinch harmonics because I suck at pinch harmonics. But it all really depends on the guitar that you're playing. If you have like just an amazing guitar, I find it's a lot easier to do. But you never know, like my buddy, he can just make my guitar just squeal, and I'm just like. So to do a pinch harmonic, your pick, it must stick out from your thumb about 2 millimeters, maybe even that. It might be different for your play style. As soon as you strum the string, you have to hit the string off the side of your thumb, kind of. And I find it easier to kind of aggressively like flick it. You almost kind of flick it with your thumb. You flick your thumb and kind of nick the string of it. It sounds kind of weird, but you get the feel of it. The biggest thing too is where you hit it on the string. You'll get a different harmonic sound from right here than you do like if you were to normally play an open. But if you harmonic it with the side of your thumb, and then where you play on the string will change that sound. What you can do for a little workout too is just a couple palm mutes and then an open harmonic. When you're actually hitting a fret and you do that, you're going to want to remember to do a little vibrato. A vibrato is where you kind of like pinch the string and just kind of shake it with your hand really quickly. Or with your finger, I mean. Yeah, I'm not very good at pinch harmonics, but they sound really cool. Some people can make them sound really sweet. Zach Wild, my buddy James. So for a long time, I had a lot of trouble with pinch harmonics, and I didn't think that I'd be able to get it. And I just kept at it, and finally I was like, oh, I accidentally did one, you know, oh, sweet. Also, I find it easier, instead of just jumping right into a pinch harmonic, I find it easier sometimes to do like a couple palm mutes and then jump into it. Yeah, it's a little bit easier sometimes. You can also do that on any of the notes. Depending on what tune you're in, certain notes will harmonic a lot easier and a lot better than others. If you just lay your finger lightly over top of string 5, fret 5, and string 4, fret 5, just lightly lay your finger on it. Don't actually push on the string, just lightly. You can get another harmonic sound as well. And you can do that on any one of the notes. A really cool thing that you can do . Couple different ways that you can do it. If you just strum an open, just one actually, and then 12, and then just slide all the way down the neck. It's a way that you can start a song or a riff, and it just sounds really cool. If you play it kind of quick, you get like a Lamb of God kind of sound. Also, another way you can do it is you can kind of palm mute the 12 and then jump into the 15 and then slide from the 15. Different slide that you can do is if you scrape your pick across the top 2 strings. A big thing of it too is the angle that you have your pick at while you slide. Just watch that. So a pretty cool one is 2 palm mutes and an open. if you just play that kind of steady. Also, you can do 2 palm mutes open, 2 palm mutes open, and then 1 palm mute and then open. And then if you wanted to make it into a riff or something, you could be like. Another cool riff is Lamb of God, Terror, and Ubris in the House of Frank Pollard. I think the song's called, or something like that. But anyway, it's a cool riff. It's like. So the way that you play that riff is 1 pull off, and then 3/4 slide, so you want to only strum once, and then slide to the 3, and you want to really make sure that you're strumming both the top strings and that you're pressing down hard on both the frets. And then after that, it's open, 1 pull off, so open, 1 pull off. So that whole beginning is slowly, it's and then it finishes it with 3 slow palm mutes on the top 2 strings. Another thing you can do is, remember from the first video, the 10 and 12? You can pretty much do that anywhere. But you can practice on the 3 and 5 if you want. And then you can also reverse it too if you want to do 5/3 open. And that goes for down here too. You can be like. Another thing you can do to practice palm mutes and opens is 3 palm mutes and then an upward strike open. On the open, you're going to want to make sure that you're hitting both the strings, and on the palm mutes, probably not so much. Another thing that you can do is constant triple palm mutes. So if you do a slide and then do triple gallop palm mutes, I think you do four of them on this 3. And then I think 2 on the 5 and then 2 more on the 3. So altogether it'd be, and then back into just the open palm mute triples. So altogether it would sound like this. So another cool riff that I like playing sometimes is kind of a Death Clock inspired riff, but it goes open palm mute and then 3, so, and then another open, and then 5, 6. So all together it goes, and then the second time it goes, so you just got to kind of feel out where the palm mutes are and just get a feel for it. You can hear those little palm mutes in between. Another riff that I learned when I was first starting is 5th string, 3, hammer on to 6. Definitely use your pinky for this one. And if you can, in time, you'll be able to do a pull-off with your pinky, and it kind of gives it a beedaloo, beedaloo. Instead of just being like beedaloo, 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 it'll be like beedaloo, beedaloo. So if you incorporate that with palm mutes, so yeah, all I'm playing there is the hammer-on part that I showed you, followed by 2 palm mutes. And then I move up to 5 and 8. Something else that you can do, it's the same thing as the 10 and 12. Just do it on 3 and 2, but just do it really palm muted. Little riff that I do sometimes is start with an open on both the top 2 strings, and then starts on 10, slide up to 12, so be, I'll just play the riff first. So yeah, just open, 10, slide up to 12, and then 13, 12. And then I slide down the neck, just to make it sound a little cooler. And then just do the same thing on 3, 5, 6, and 5. And then to end it, you can do anything you want. But all together, it sounds like this. So this is probably going to be the last part in this video. I'm going to show you a little stretch that I really like and that I kind of use quite often. So it goes 3, 5, 6 on the top string, and then on the 5th string it does 3, and then back down 6, 5, 3 to finish it off. So altogether it's and then if you do some palm mutes in between, Another thing that you can do real quick is 3-5, 3-6. If you do it quick with alternate picking, it can sound like this.